All right, Pritisha Muthraparsad, better known as Pritisha M, is a talented 13-year-old from Springs. At the age of 11, she released her own original Hindi song, Meri Maa, which got her nominated at the 2021 SATMAs in the category of Best Indian Artist or Group. Her second single, Ye Hawaye, was an inspirational song intended to give people hope that this pandemic will end. Now she's back with a new single titled Love Me, which is a fusion of English and Zulu in the genre.
Yes.
So at what age, how old are you when you started singing?
Well, actually, right after I started speaking, and when I
Really?
was 3 years old,
What?
I performed with a band
What?
for the first time.
Okay, so who did you tell first that you wanted to sing, mom or dad?
It wasn't really telling somebody because
Yes.
there
Because it
was
just
always
happened.
music in the house, and I
Yes,
used to
yes.
listen to the TV and stuff and pick up songs. So because my family is also musicians, it was natural for me to go into it.
I suppose you also sing in the shower.
Sometimes.
Tell me, then, how do you fit your schoolwork with your music?
It's not always easy, but I try to keep varied routines. So, like when you get back from school, you do your homework and then you go practice. But like 4 o'clock in the morning or so, you wake up and you do your practice.
And it's a whole lot of work, music and school itself.
Yes.
Gee, so how do your friends react? Because I suppose you're now famous at school, right?
A little bit, you could say.
So at the age of 13, you are already getting nominated for SATMAs. Geez, man, how does that make you feel?
I'm really honored and grateful to be nominated and kind of excited, but I actually feel quite usual, like very ordinary.
Yes, yes. So you don't have to develop a big head.
No,
Yeah,
never.
like a child star, you know? And then let's talk about your music then, your genre. How would you define your genre?
Versatile.
I'm so impressed.
Thank
Don't you
you.
ever get nervous performing before a crowd?
Honestly, it's actually funny because I get more nervous in front of less people and I feel more comfortable in front of a huger crowd.
Okay.
And also I do drama, which helps a lot.
Oh, right. And I guess it's made you to be much more confident, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So who do you work with on your singles?
Well, I've worked with various people, Mr. Mercedes being one of them. And then my teachers, we call them Gurujis from India.
Okay.
And I have my music teacher over here as well.
Right.
And also another guy who's Ravesh Sarju.
Okay. Great stuff, Pritisha. So tell me the kind of lessons that you've learned by being a musician, by being an artist, and by being, in the music industry here in South Africa. What have you learned?
Honestly, I haven't been in it very long, so
Yeah.
I'm quite new to it.
Okay.
And when my grandfather was still alive, he used to do much of what he did for me. And
Yes.
so it's actually quite exciting. And yeah,
So what are you hoping for with this, in this industry?
to make a difference,
To make a difference, right?
to sing in versatile languages, and to carry messages that actually have importance.
And speaking of messages, Pritisha, what do you sing about? What's the central theme in your songs?
Anything to make a positive impact.
Okay.
Like
Just
Love
give us an
Me.
example.
Like Love Me would be child abuse. Something to make people aware of the wrong things that have to be stopped.
So who would you love to work with? I mean, obviously you've got role models in the music industry that you really love to work with. Who is it?
Internationally, that would be Ariana Grande because she's one of my all-time favorites and I
Right.
absolutely adore her.
Right.
And locally would be Mlindo.
Mlindo, the vocalist.
Yes.
Gosh, I hope he's watching and will take note. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I want to be a singer,
Well,
of course.
you've grown up already. It doesn't feel that I'm speaking to a 13-year-old, right? It feels like I'm speaking to an adult. So what do you want to do when you grow old?
I want to be a singer, an actress, and a dancer.
Okay.
And something maybe in the science department because recently, well, not recently, but always, I've been drawn to science as a subject because we do it at school.
Okay. And I know that you can master both, actually.
Thank you.
In the science field and in the music. The fact that you're able to juggle your music and school at the age of 13. I'm sure your parents must be so proud.
I don't know, you'll have to ask them that.
And are they here?
Yep,
Are they?
right there.
Mom, Dad, are you proud? Oh, they're beaming with pride, I can tell. So tell me then about your schedule. Like, who plans your schedule? Like, to go practice, to go record, and do your school? Is it you or is it mom and dad?
Well, actually, my aunt also helps.
Okay.
But the schedule is like really not. It's like very impromptu. So we know the schedule for music and stuff like that, but
Yes.
not exactly when we have to go to the studio. It's very unprepared.
Right. So tell me, Pritisha, in terms of the genre, are you because you just told me that you're versatile, are you hoping that you're going to stick to one genre, or you're just going to go for any genre that is popular at the time?
Not at the time, but I'd like to take genres and make them more popular.
Okay.
But yes, I want to sing in all different types of genres, not just stay in one. Because you stay in one, people get bored of something, and then you change, and it's actually entertaining.
Yes. Okay, and then tell me, do you have any social media accounts where your fans can connect with you, or maybe just want to book you for performances?
Yes, I do. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, any of those platforms at Pritisha M9, and also my email, bookpritishaM@gmail.com.
Okay, great stuff. Lovely chatting to you. So what do you do on weekends? Do you do stuff that is done by 13-year-olds?
I don't actually know what is done by 13-year-olds, but...
I mean, go to the mall, buy ice cream and...
Honestly, I hate walking. I hate walking. And I do not like shopping. It just annoys me. I'd rather sit down in a restaurant and eat.
And write music.
Yes, and do that. Funny story, actually. When my grandfather was alive and I used to go shopping with my aunt and my grandmother, my grandfather and we used to sneak out the shop and we used to go sit in the restaurant.
Really? That is so funny. All right, Pritisha M, all the best, eh?
Thank you so much.
And take your schoolwork very seriously, and as well as your music. I know you will master both.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff. All the best. Pritisha, she's a maverick. She's a stunner. It feels like I'm speaking to an adult. All right, we just spoke to 13-year-old Pritisha Muthraparsad, better known as Pritisha M, on her music career and her new single.